We're going to begin our practice today sitting in a cross-legged position. You can sit on a block or a pillow if you're more comfortable that way. And taking a couple of breaths to arrive into the body, into the room, into the space that you're in, by watching the breath as it travels from the navel, up the spine, all the way up to the collarbones, and then watching as it travels back down the spine, bone by bone, down to the navel. On the next breath, see if you can observe the point where the inhale changes into an exhale. Continuing to watch the breath as it moves up and down the spine and noticing the moment where it changes. And then we're going to take Ganesha Mudra, which is a hand posture. So you make this mudra by bringing the backs of the hands to face one another, linking the little finger, then linking the ring fingers, then linking the middle fingers, and then clasping the thumb and first finger together. So you've made a kind of elephant head shape with your hands. And Ganesha is the destroyer of obstacles, so you can ask Ganesha here to help you to remove any obstacle that's blocking your way to getting what you want or what you need. Continuing to watch the breath. And then releasing the mudra, bringing the hands to the knees. Taking one more mindful breath here. And setting for yourself an intention for the class. What would you like to get out of the class today? Perhaps it's just to remove that obstruction that you just gave to Ganesha. Perhaps it's something more. And one more deep, deep breath all the way from the navel up to the collarbones. And a full exhale, pushing the air out at the bottom of the inhale with the navel to the spine. And then we're going to begin today on all fours. So coming into alignment with the shoulders over the wrists, with the knees over the hips, tucking the toes under for cat and cow. So inhaling, arches the spine, looking up. And exhaling, pressing into the palms, pressing the floor away, rounding the spine. Following your own breath in your own time with these, trying to match the movement to the breath. So beginning the movement right when the inhale begins and ending it as soon as your lungs are full. And same with the exhale. The exhale initiates the motion of the body. And at the end of your next exhale, bring your right foot straight back behind you. And bringing the foot into a right angle like warrior two. You're going to open the right arm on an inhale up to the ceiling. And then exhale, swing it around to the front of the mat. Inhale up above your shoulder to the ceiling. Exhale, sweep it down and up. So just making some circles to open the shoulder as you breathe. And then you can inhale the right leg parallel to the floor. Starting to work the core muscles, starting to activate your balance. Looking up to the fingers if you can. And exhale, release the foot to the floor, bring the hand back down, come back into all fours. Inhale, the left leg goes straight behind you, foot at a right angle along the side edge of the mat. Inhaling the left arm up and exhaling, rotating it round. Inhaling, fingers up towards the ceiling, exhale, down towards the floor. Opening the left shoulder. And then on your next inhale, lifting the left leg parallel, keeping the foot flexed, keeping that left arm reaching up towards the ceiling. opening the chest, breathing into the rib cage, opening the ribs. And then exhale, bring the foot back down and the hand coming into all fours once again. And then just do a little spinal twist. You can move whatever way feels good, maybe a little bit of left and right. You can do spirals. Exercise the eyes as you move, so following your direction of your spine with your eyes wide open, waking up a little bit more, going one way and then the other way. And then pushing back into a downward facing dog, knitting the front ribs together, opening the shoulders at the back, pressing into the thumb and first finger pads. Navel to spine, falls to the spine on the exhale. Backs of the legs are long. You can bend the knees if you need to, but heels down if possible. Taking deep, long breaths with a slight constriction in the throat for your Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, raising the right leg, keeping the hips parallel for now. See how high you can raise that leg. And then opening, bend the right leg and open the hip, stacking the hips. Try to keep the weight even into both of your hands so you're not losing the work of both shoulders. You can rotate the ankle if you wish. And then bring the hips back parallel. But keep that leg up and see if you can raise it a little bit more, pushing through the hands to grow your spine. And then exhale, the right foot comes between the hands. Bring the left foot down to the ground. Look forward, bring your shoulders back. Bring the shoulder blades down the spine. Starting to open the psoas on the left, as well as opening the chest a bit more. Breathing deep here, don't shy away. Stay with the breath. And then exhaling, stepping back to plank. Come down to the knees, bringing the knees down, bringing the chest down. Chin down, looking forward. Butt is in the air. Elbows tucked against your rib cage, tucked in tight. Breathing here. And then pushing yourself out on an exhale into cobra. Inhaling, bring that cobra a little bit higher. Raising that head a little bit more. With every inhale, see if you can get a little bit higher with the torso off of the mat. Looking up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, pushing through the knees, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Seeing how high you can bring that heel to the ceiling, keeping the hips parallel for now. Lifting, lifting, lifting. And then bending the knee, opening the hip, wiggling the ankle. Try to keep the weight in both hands evenly distributed. Breathing deeply here. And then bringing the hips back parallel and the legs straight. See if you can raise the heel a little bit higher to the ceiling, pushing through the hands to grow a little bit longer. See if you can find some more space between those vertebrae. And exhaling, stepping the foot between the hands. Bring the right knee to the floor. Bring the shoulders back. Look forward. Coming into the psoas, stretch on the right side. Breathing long, even, deep breaths. Scouring the tension in your muscles with your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Exhale, step it back to plank. And we're going to come down through chaturanga slowly, slowly, slowly. Looking forward, keeping that spine super straight. Coming all the way down to the floor. Releasing the tops of the feet to the floor. Catch the hands, interlacing the fingers behind your back. And inhale, come up for a locust. So a bit like a camel, but with the fingers bound. Again, inhaling raises you up a little bit higher. And then exhale, bring the cheek to the floor, release the hands, relax, take a breath here. And we'll do one more. So catching the fingers interlaced behind the back. Inhaling, come up. Bring that torso, shoulders, chin, looking up to the ceiling. Allowing the breath to take you a little bit deeper each time. And then exhale, hands to either side of the shoulders, pushing back through the knees. You can widen the knees and come into a child's pose here, with the hands in a gesture of surrender, so you can have them open, palms up, or just released. I'm not making any particular shape, just open, relax the palms, relax the fingertips. Taking some deep breaths into the back body. I quite like to do a YouTube video about the things that yoga teachers say, like what is the back body? Inhaling, coming up to all fours, pushing back through to a downward facing dog. And then gently, slowly walking your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. And releasing your head, your arms, your wrists, releasing into gravity. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms up, lift, slight back bend. And exhale, hands in prayer in front of the chest. Let's set up a good mountain pose here. So feet are big toes touching. Your arms are released down to your side. Your tailbone is slightly tucked. Your navel is tucked in towards your spine. Your chin is slightly in towards your chest, so the back of the neck is long. And your chest is open, but the ribs are not splayed out. So you're a nice straight spine. And then you're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look forward, bring the shoulders back. Exhale, step it back to plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it between the hands. Bring the back foot down at a 45-degree angle and inhale up to warrior one. Bringing the hips parallel to the front of the mat, 90-degree bend in the front leg, and the back edge of the left foot, the long edge of the left foot is pressed into the floor, looking up towards the hands, shoulder blades away from the ears. Exhale, bring the hands back down to frame the foot, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, step it between the hands. Back heel comes down to the floor. Inhale, warrior one on the left. So hips parallel to the front of the mat. Deep bend in that front thigh. Straight, strong back leg. Shoulders away from the ears. Looking up towards the fingertips. And then exhale the hands to frame the foot. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take some breaths here. So deepening the breath, making it longer if you can. Pressing into that thumb and first finger, opening the backs of the shoulders so the armpits rotate into face one another slightly. Knitting the front ribs together so no ribs splaying out. And the glutes are rotating up towards the ceiling so that back of the legs is nice and long and open. One more breath here. And then walking the feet between the hands. Inhaling, look forward, bring the spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, release the head into gravity. Inhaling, arms rise, come all the way up, looking up. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. And we'll go again. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, forward fold, releasing the head. Inhale, look forward, bring the spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, step it back to a plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it between the hands. Bring the left heel down, arms up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it between the hands. Right heel down, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, forward fold, bring the hands down to the floor. Step it back, chaturanga. Elbows tucked in. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here, finding your rest, finding your stillness, your calm. Lengthening that breath, filling the lungs. Letting the navel fall to the spine at the bottom of the exhale. breath strong and deep. And then inhaling, walking the feet forward between the hands. Inhale, look forward, bring the spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, release the head down, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, bringing the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Release the head, release the neck. Inhale, flowing forward, bringing the spine back up. Exhale, step it back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it between the hands. Come up, keeping the back heel raised, coming up to a high lunge, looking up towards the hands in prayer, keeping that hips nice and low. Back leg working super hard here. Core working to pull the navel in towards the spine. And then exhale, the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, twist over to the right. Exhale, left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. And inhaling, looking over that right elbow for a twist. Feeling the organs, getting a nice massage with your breath here. As the belly presses against the inner thigh with every inhale. Back leg super strong, working really hard. Don't lose the effort in the back leg. See if you can straighten it a bit more. And then exhale, bring the hands to frame the foot. You're going to walk that right hand a little bit further forward, about a foot in front of the right foot. And then bringing the weight into that right hand as you lift the left leg off the floor, coming into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Balancing on the right fingertips, you're going to inhale that left arm up to the ceiling. The foot is flexed here, so that left leg is working to keep your balance, and the navel is going into the spine, so also work the core and your balance. Looking up to the fingertips if you can. If you can't, it's okay. You can just keep your drishti on the floor to another fixed spot. And then slowly bringing that left leg and left hand down to the floor. Inhaling, look forward, come up. Exhaling, releasing the head down for a forward fold. Inhaling, the arms rise, come all the way up. Exhale, come straight back down into your forward fold. Inhale, look up, shoulders back. Exhale, step it back to plank, chaturanga. Inhaling to the upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Keep the right heel lifted. Come up to a high lunge. Deep bend in that front knee. Don't lose the work in the back leg. Back leg super straight. Elbows or shoulders away from the ears. Hands in prayer above the head. You can look up. Exhale, bring the prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and looking up to the left fingertips. Again, work that back leg, so make sure it's super straight. Make sure that heel is really lifted high up off the ground. Breathing deeply, deeply. And then on your next exhale, the hand comes down to the floor. Hands frame the foot. You're going to bring that left hand to about a foot in front of the foot on the mat. And bringing the weight into those left fingertips, you're going to float the right leg up and back. Bringing that left leg straight for Ardha Chandrasana. Right foot stays flexed. Working those muscles of the legs to help you with the balance, working the core muscles. See if you can inch that gaze up towards the fingertips and the ceiling. If you're wobbling here, fix your gaze just to one spot. And then to come out, you're going to bring the right knee behind the left heel so that you're coming to sit in a Lord of the Fish. So your right knee is bent over your left knee. And the right heel is on the outside of the right knee. Your right elbow is on the outside of the left knee. And you're looking over your left shoulder. Ardha Matsyendrasana, Lord of the Fish, twist. Every inhale elongates the spine a little bit more, and every exhale helps you to twist a little bit more. Inhaling, bringing the torso forward. Bringing the left leg out straight, keeping the right leg bent in, so the right heel is at the groin. Inhaling, the arms rise up, and exhale, folding forward over the left leg. Left toes are flexed, so pointing towards the face. Surrendering your torso, your head, into gravity. And then bringing the left hand to the inside of the left foot, inhaling the right arm up overhead, and exhaling, bringing it parallel with the right ear. So you're just deepening that side stretch a little bit more, breathing into the hips, breathing between the ribs, breathing into the liver on this side, smiling like you mean it even when you don't, or like you mean it if you do. And then coming up to sit, we're going to swap the legs. So this time you've got your right knee is bent, and the right foot is on the outside of the left knee. Left heel is at the right buttock. Left elbow is at the outside of the right knee, and you're looking over your right shoulder. Ardha Matsyendrasana on the other side. Working with the breath to inhale, straightening the spine, and exhale to twist a little bit more over the right shoulder. Stretching the eyes over the right shoulder so you can get that gaze a little bit further behind you. Feeling the massage of the organs as you breathe. And then inhaling to bring the torso forwards, straighten that right leg, right toes come towards the face, twist the torso towards the foot, inhale the arms up, and exhale, folding forward to catch the foot between the hands, and releasing the head into gravity for a lovely stretch in the back of the leg and of the sacrum. And then deepening if you wish, right palm comes to the right ankle or to the floor on the inside of the right foot. Inhale the left arm up, and then exhale it overhead so that it's parallel with the ear. Taking a big smile here, stretching the face, stretching the cheeks, brightening the eyes. Inhale, coming back up to sit. Bring both feet out in front of you, both legs out in front of you with the knees bent, and rolling down onto your back. We're going to do some bicycle twists, so burning the core out. Left elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee. Exhaling every time you twist. And when you exhale, really bring that core as close as you can to the spine. So pushing all the air out. For each one, we're going to do about 30 total. Keep a good pace if you can. Really push yourself here to get as much out of this as you can. Just a really quick blast. I'm not going to be here for very long, so really go for it. Keeping the neck relaxed. Don't hold any tension in the neck. Cradling the head with the hands in order to avoid tensing the neck muscles. And then coming to rest, take a deep, deep breath in and a loud exhale with a sigh. And we're going for one more round, but keep the feet on the floor and just bring the elbow towards the knee. So left elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee, exhaling with each twist of the spine. Again, be wary of those neck muscles. Make sure they're not holding any tension in the neck, that you're using your stomach muscles to lift you up rather than your neck. Don't see how that would actually work anyway, but you know what I mean. And then coming to rest. And we're going to do a bridge. So bring the palms to the floor on either side of the hips. Bring the heels a little bit more towards the buttocks. Knees are hip width apart. And then on an exhale, you're going to peel the spine up off the floor, starting with the sacrum, peeling bone by bone. Coming up into a bridge, pushing those hip bones towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes. Lifting as much as you can, keeping the breath strong and even as always. Keeping the knees in, and then exhale bone by bone. The spine comes back down to rest on the floor. You can bring the knees to rest against each other. Taking a deep breath here. And then inhaling, come back up and lift your right leg up to the sky. So right leg is very straight. Toes are pointed, single-legged bridge. So you're working much harder in that left glute, that left quad, pushing the hip bones towards the sky. And exhale, bringing the foot back down. Stay where you are in the bridge. This time, inhale, the left leg comes up to the ceiling, pointing the toes. Working that right glute. Really squeeze those muscles. See if you can lift a little bit higher on your next inhale. And then exhale, bring the foot back down to the floor. Take a resting inhale there. And exhale, bone by bone, you come back down to rest the spine. And we're going to finish with a shoulder stand. So palms pressed into the floor, raise the legs up straight, a 90-degree angle to the floor. And then on an inhale, raising the butt off the floor, bringing the legs straight, catching the hips or the waist with the hands. Making sure to not turn the neck here. So once you're up, keep your gaze on your toes and don't look to the left or the right just to protect your neck. You probably already know that, but just in case. And you also probably already know that this is an amazing pose for the thyroid because you're constricting the throat. So when you come out, you get this rush of fresh blood. Plus, you're also increasing your circulation in your upper body, including in your head and your brain. Keep those legs working, so straight, strong legs. You want to aim for about 10 to 15 deep breaths in this pose to get the full benefit. It's a lovely way to finish, especially if you're not super into headstand. I once read in a yoga text that headstands kill brain cells, so I don't do them so much as I used to. And then when you're ready, bring your feet down to the floor above your head. And you're going to be really mindful when you roll out here. So vertebrae by vertebrae, using the hands on the mat to steady if you need to. Come out as slowly as you can until the buttocks are on the floor. And then you're going to bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. And windshield wipers with the knees. So having the feet wide, about mat width apart, you drop the knees over to the left. And take a delicious breath there. Enjoying that sensation. And then inhaling, the knees come back up. Exhale, let them drop to the right side. Gaze comes over the opposite shoulder. Taking a few delicious breaths. And then before we go into corpse pose, one last reset. Give yourself a hug around your knees and bring your chin to your knees and then drop the gaze gently over to the left, looking to the left. On an exhale, inhaling, bringing the head back up. And exhale, dropping the gaze over to the right. Inhaling back up to the center. And then exhale, releasing into corpse pose. Press the backs of your shoulders into the floor as you inhale, lifting the chest off the floor. And then exhale, releasing the weight of the torso into gravity. It just helps to open the shoulders so that you have a better posture as you're lying on the floor. And then just let it all go. Let all your practice go. Release all your thoughts. Release all your intentions with your breath. Give yourself a quick scan. So starting at the right foot, right knee, right hip, muscles of the right leg, left foot, left knee, left hip, muscles of the left leg, belly, torso, rib cage, organs inside your torso, left shoulder, left elbow, left hand, all the muscles of the left arm, right shoulder, right elbow, right hand, all the muscles of the right arm, back of the neck, sides of the neck, throat, chin, release, scalp, release, eyeballs in their sockets, release, lips, release, tongue, brain in your skull. And when you're ready to come out, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling over gently onto one side, no rush to get up, enjoying those restful last moments. And then pressing into the palms to raise yourself up into a sitting position, crossing the legs, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the hands into prayer at the heart and bowing the chin to the prayer.